everyone, hope you're well. Nice to see you again. It's been a long time. Just going live on air, and we're covering another topic that is very close to my heart. I was very eager to touch on this last week as well, but I was struggling to find the three people that intervened during that Monday the 8th, I think it was. So luckily I managed to get one of the sisters, one of the three, to come and join us, and we will be asking her what happened and where did she get that bravery from, where did she get that motherly instinct from to really come to the aid and the rescue of those two poor young children. Yeah, thank you. Just trying to get in my timeline first.
Actually, because the other one's going to go.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum everyone, hope you're well. So this is the second show that I'm doing tonight, and it's all about the atrocious, the vicious dog attack that took place on St Saviour's Road roughly about 9 days ago. So it took place on Monday the 8th of February. It was all over Birmingham Mail, all over social media as well. And for me, I couldn't watch that video without putting it on mute. The screams of those young children really affected me. And that was me sitting from the comfort of my chair. Imagine if I was there. Imagine if it was my kids. Imagine if I was one of the people that was there trying to rescue the toddlers. And that's what we're going to be discussing as well with one of the heroes of the day as well. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's a quick half an hour show, so we're not going to take too long. So let's kick things off. Assalamu alaikum, good evening everyone. My name is Mr. Ali, coming to you from Radio Awaaz studios at the heart of Alum Rock. You can listen to us on www.awaaz.co.uk. The studio number is 0121 682 9735. If you want to come in, talk about how that video impacted you, what your thoughts were, please, that is the studio number. And I'm sure Sister Nighat as well is open to have any questions or any comments that you want to give onto her, which I am sure that you will as well. So this is the second bill that we have after the first one. And for those of you that who haven't seen it, just to give you a bit of background if I can, it was St Saviour's Road. I'm right in saying the mother just picked up her children from a nursery and they were walking along St Saviour's Road, which is a road here in Alum Rock in B8. And there was a sort of a dog initially looked very placid and very sort of calm, walking around, no owner, just on its own. And I believe he was a Rottweiler, a black one. And all of a sudden, within a short space of time, I'm sure you've seen this film as well, it changed. I don't know what happened. And he started attacking the two children in particular, and I think we'll try to address that, why the children as well. So today we have the three people that sort of came to the rescue of the mother and the two children. Were the three people in total. One is Yasser Beg, the other one is Muhammad Zakaria, and a sister by the name of Nighat Khatoon as well. We will call her Nighat. She has kindly come onto the studios. She wants to wear a mask, obviously for her own safety and protection and social distancing. So we've just asked her to sort of just talk a bit loudly so you can hear her story as well. So first of all, Nighat, really proud that you've come to the studios of Radio Awaaz, someone who lives in Alum Rock, someone who's been brought up And this is what we want to do. We want to talk about the positive aspect of Alum Rock. These are nuggets. These aren't, diamonds in rare. We'll have, thousands. We'll have hundreds of nuggets helping other people that will need it as well. So when you were sort of driving in I think you were sort of, if I look at the clip, that BMW, the first car that sort of came, so you were the driver. So when you were sort of driving, was it quite apparent? Did you see it obvious that there's something not right here?
So I've obviously dropped my boy off to nursery and I've got in the car, but I've seen the dog behind the mother and the two girls. But I've gone and turned my car around and I just carried on. But I've just looked to the side because I could see that hands up in the air.
Sure.
So and it was the mum and the two girls, and the dog was actually on the little girl. And I didn't think, you don't think, I mean, I've got a daughter and a son, 4 and 2, and God forbid if anything was to happen to them, I'd want a passerby to come and help them as well.
Absolutely.
I didn't think about my own safety. I don't think you do think at that point. I mean, I've always been scared of dogs, still am scared of dogs. I think it's just something.
I don't think there's a Pakistani that isn't scared of dogs. I don't know why. From a young age, we are told to just stay away from dogs. But you're right. If I have a dog, I'll if it's not on a leash, I'll cross the road.
Yeah.
My kids are doing.
I think that's what they did as well.
Yeah,
they
that's right. They crossed the road. That's right.
And it followed them on. And at the point when I went to help, he had her shin in his leg or her knee. And all I thought about was, I didn't think how heavy the dog was, just thought, get the girl and just pull her. I didn't know what I was going to do after that. And the mum was like in hysterics, screaming, shouting. We didn't even give thought to the younger girl. I didn't think about the younger girl because she was there, obviously she wasn't being bit by the dog. It was a matter of getting the eldest away from the dog, getting her into safety. And like you mentioned, Yasser and Zachariah turned up. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I'm not sure what would have happened. I don't think I would have tackled it all on my own. I think it was just a human instinct, a motherly instinct.
I think.
Because I had just dropped my youngest off, and God forbid it could have happened to us or anyone else in that matter.
Absolutely, you're right. So again, student number is 0121 682 9735. Please, for those of you who have watched the clip, it was about for 4 minutes long. Please share your experiences as well. It was very harrowing for me. It was very disturbing for me as well. So you parked your car. The thing that I really felt proud was you were running to danger. Normally you run away from danger, but you were running in.
You don't really think. I didn't think that he would attack me or if there were going to be any consequences afterwards. I just thought we have to get her away.
Yeah.
I just thought we need to get her out of that situation.
Yeah. And I think it's also worth sharing with our listeners, for those that may have not seen the clip. We're talking about children that are 2 and 3 years old, so they're toddlers. They're not even children, And the way they were being, muzzled by the dog was almost like a dog.
Yeah, you can see it in the clip. Her boots actually gone flying when he's actually pulled at her or something. Her shoes actually gone flying. Which shows he was quite powerful. Yeah.
And also, I think, first of all, the question has to be asked, what on earth was a dog like that walking around an inner city street without a leash, without its owner as well? And that's something that, I think we have to send a strong message out to the community. If you have a dog, any kind, that is going to potentially harm anyone, please, it is your responsibility to make sure that it's in a secure, gated area. We do not want any more incidents like this here, because these young children now, Nighat, are going to be affected and traumatized for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, of course. I mean, after it happened, I actually came home straight away. My mum was like, "What's wrong? You were supposed to go shop." I was like, this is what's happened. And my mum had tears, but they didn't think how severe it was until a few hours later. The video had come out. Yeah, that's when everyone was like, this is quite bad. I
also read as well, Nighat, that I was reading Birmingham Mail that at some point that you had a bit of a breakdown, that you had sort of tears coming through. Was that at home, or when did that happen?
I actually went back to pick up my son after a few hours, and the centre manager just wanted to make sure I was all right, and the little girl's shoe was still in my car, so I went to return that. So when I went to return that, all she asked was, "Are you okay?" And I think that's just what set me off. I was like, "No, I'm not actually okay," because it was really devastating, to be honest. I think it would be for anyone.
Try not to make me emotional, no. Otherwise I'll start crying, and we don't want that doing. So so you're right, very emotional, especially when you see the child's shoe left in your car as well. So back to the so you went running, and when you saw this, because on the look, it's a big dog. It's not a small dog, and he was almost used the child as a rag doll, moving it around, and he was going from one child to the next. And I think the mother didn't know which one to protect.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah. So no blame there. She was trying to protect both of them. She was scared herself as well, and she was looking for help at the moment. Yeah. And come the knight in shining armor, so you came first. So you went straight for it, and I think you managed to get hold of one of the child, didn't you?
Yeah, the eldest one. I've obviously, she pulled at her, got her away, but then he's come back for her. at that point, it's just looking back at the videos, you've put it all together. Yasser's actually come and picked her up.
Yeah.
But he was still going for her and he was trying to kick her off.
Yeah. So what I remember when Yasser then picks her up, he's still, swirling Yasser, but he's not interested in Yasser here.
It was that child. We don't even know why it was that child. Because it wasn't like that child was very vibrant colours. Because the younger one was wearing a bright pink coat.
Yeah.
He did obviously hurt her as well, but it was the eldest child that he was actually going for.
Yeah, no, most definitely. So please, Sean, Javed, whoever you are, if you want to share your experiences, please share with it on Facebook or on the number 01216829735. We can get you on. We're getting huge messages coming through, so let's go through them. Manaz Rauf, so selfless. Fantastic. I hope that Sister Nighat is not traumatized by the event. I'm going to ask her how she's coping. My du'as and prayers for her recovery as well. She would have been impacted as well. We are going to be asking how Sister Nighat is doing almost a week plus now on. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, Muhammad Ashfaq. I don't personally trust no dogs. I agree. I don't go anywhere near them at all. But it's sad, when I'm almost now, mid-40s, running away from a dog is a bit, but, that's inherent. That's who I am, unfortunately. Salam Ali, hope you're well. Wa alaikum salam, sister. Sean, hope you're okay. Was horrible. I watched the video. Absolutely. She's, is very traumatizing. Definitely, was horrible. I watched it, too. Nighat, you was amazing.
Thank you.
Couple of crosses. I don't like dogs. Can't trust them. Yeah, there's another one who don't like dogs. How are the children doing now? Of course, the psychological trauma will take a long time to recover. I was in touch with the police, Nighat, whereby even I think it was about 3 or 4 days later, the older child that obviously, where the dog wouldn't let go, they stayed in 3-4 days, and I sort of lost touch. But do you know what happened after about 3-4 days when it was after Children's Hospital?
I'm not sure. I know she's been released, discharged from hospital, but her nan did call me. She's got my number from someone, and she's called me to thank me and stuff. But she said her wounds were quite deep, and you could literally put a tip of her finger into the wound.
No.
And she had surgery. That's what I've heard from the nan.
Yeah.
But from reading comments on Facebook, someone said she has had skin graft as well. I'm not sure how true it is.
Yeah. No, and also to bearing in mind, these are 3-year-old children as well, so sometimes the skin is very delicate, the bones are fully formed as well, and for you to stay in hospital for 3 or 4 days, whereas the younger child, the child too, I think was discharged within maybe a few hours or by that evening, but the older one, the 3-year-old, was kept for 3-4 days, and hence the reason, because the lacerations were and the bite marks were deep. So absolutely. On that note as well, how are you?
I'm good now. I mean, at the first, obviously, it did affect me. I think it was just a matter of thinking about them and them having a full recovery. Obviously, as a mother, you just have to get on with it. Not the fact that it doesn't bother me. I'm just thinking about them, giving them the du'as that they have a speedy recovery.
Even now, a week later, she's still thinking about the children. And that's what we want to do. Radio Awaaz, the reason why we want to do was we want to sort of continue, make sure there aren't, another incident like this anywhere near Birmingham or for the rest of the country for that matter as well. So hence why it was important to sort of cover this particular topic. Moving on, how are the children doing? You talked about that. Alhamdulillah, Sister Nighat is a legend. That's Councillor Majid Mahmood as well, who has led a campaign with Liam Byrne and also ARCF in conjunction with Radio Awaaz to, I know you're going to be very modest, but we wanted to sort of recognise you for your bravery. And under normal circumstances, if it wasn't for COVID, you would be invited to the council house and be presented by the Lord Mayor. But obviously, as you know, with restrictions, that wasn't able to. But Councillor Majid, Liam and ARCF have made sure that you will get a recognition letter. I think that's the least that can happen as well. So well done, Majid, on leading that particular cause. Hope the children are okay. As Sister Nighat has said, they are okay under the circumstances. What could have been another minute. I don't want to even think about it. I think when they intervened, was just about the right time. Anything more, I don't want to even sort of mention it. So Shabab, how are you? Hope you're well, Bobby. Mashallah, sister, well done, very brave. That was by Hassan Ramzan. Bushra A. Rasul, your friend is so brave, mashallah. Absolutely, my guest actually. And she's actually a relative of mine, I didn't know. So that makes me even more proud as well. So there we are. Zulfi Rasul, I hope kids okay now. Absolutely. I think they are better under the circumstances. But there's still, I think, sometimes the physical wounds you overcome. It's the psychological now, because I know when they see any of the dog, or as soon as the word dog is mentioned, it will send shivers.
Because the nan mentioned when the youngest one was discharged, she actually had nightmares the first night. So that's quite a bit.
Yeah, because I tell you, when the older one was being attacked, the other one, the two, was just frozen. The hands were like this. I'm like shocked thinking what on earth's happening to me, my mother, my older sister. Yeah. And it was, like I said, it's very disturbing, really. Sean Khan, I won't go to parks because of dog owners don't care. And I think this is where dog owners need to think that you can't just let a dog roam in a field, and when it's running in speed, and it probably won't attack you, it just wants to smell you. But, 9 out of 10, we run away.
We do.
And what happens is we cause panic. The dog thinks that we're going to cause it harm. It chases up, it just exacerbates the whole situation as well. So please try to keep it on a leash. Think about the children. Think about people that are scared of dogs. Manaz Rauf, wishing the child a speedy recovery. I mean, same here as well. Not everyone could do what you did. Absolutely, I was thinking on the cold light of day, I don't know whether I would have been able to be brave of you, but I'm hoping that at that time that, the instincts would have kicked in. I would have been another Nighat, I would have been another Yasser, I would have been another Zakaria, but until, like you said, until you're there, you don't know, do you?
Know.
Yeah, because sometimes, we try to be a hero, the big man, but when the time comes, those guys are long gone. And mashallah, I think the other sibling is here as well. Mashallah, Yusuf, how are you? Okay, very proud of your sister as well. So well done to you as well. Not many people would have put themselves in such a dangerous situation to help others. You deserve the Pride of Birmingham Award alongside Yasser and Muhammad. I know the Lord Mayor will be writing to you, thanking you for the selfless act and for showing utmost bravery. That's the Councillor Majid Mahmood as well, who's following up his initial campaign to get you recognised as well. I hope the dog's been put down. Sean, I think the last time I heard, and I've got Councillor Majid here as well, so he can maybe shed a bit more light, is that I think the dog was taken away by the police. I don't know what's happened to the dogs, but also the owner identity was aware, and I'm sure that they will have him on some sort of charge because, like I said, that was extreme negligence on behalf of the owner.
I do want to say one thing. Apparently, the owner did come back once he
That's
tried
right.
the dog
That's
up
right.
to
That's right. Yeah.
So
So even though I don't think there was any deliberate act by the owner at all, but still, nonetheless, the damage was done because of his dog. So we're not saying the owner did it deliberately at all. Not at all. That's not. But the point is, as owners, there has to be real special precautions being taken because these sort of things are not too uncommon. Okay. I hope the dog's been put down. Again, hopefully we've clarified that. The owner is responsible. I hope you understand the caveat we've just brought in. I thought Nighat should get an award for bravery. Absolutely, we've sort of alluded to the fact that Councillor Majid, Liam Byrne, Alum Rock Community Forum are also behind that campaign, most definitely. You should definitely get a bravery award. A reward for Nighat, definitely very brave of her. Absolutely, well done, Nighat. Sometimes you don't think about these situations. Ritzy, absolutely. Small world. Yes, I think she may know you actually, Manaz Rauf. I don't know whether she knows you or not. Majid Hussain, well done, sister. Please also ask Nighat how she is coping since the incident, which we have. And I think she's beginning to sort of come to terms with everything. It was very traumatic. You mentioned, obviously, she did, have a bit of a cry when she picked up her little ones later in the day with the nursery. And also her mom had a bit of a cry as well. So, which is understandable because, when you see the video, it is very disturbing. As well. So, how do you recommend Nighat for a bravery award? Halima, I think it is. Halima, what we have done is we've contacted the Lord Mayor and also we've contacted the Pride of Birmingham Awards. So they're well aware of Nighat. But for me, I think knowing the modest person that she is, she's probably thinking, you know what, I've done what naturally would come to me. But I think the kids are more important at this stage as well. So, Daniel Hussein Gujar, pray the kids recover quickly, inshallah. Put the dog down. Well done, sis. Proud of you, mashallah. That's Yusuf Fiaz. Liaquat, the proud of our community. Stay blessed, stay safe and protected. We salute your bravery. Manaz Rauf, I'm proud of my friend Nighat Bushra A.R. Rasool. I think her name is. Yeah. Ishi Gujar, how are you? How are you? I hope all is well. We've got Sister Nighat here just telling us about the sort of the incident as well. So, even though you were there with Brother Yasser and Mohammed Zakaria as well, even then at that stage, the dog wasn't scared.
No, because he was circling the car whilst everyone was in the car. So we had the youngest girl, Mohammed Zakaria put the youngest into the driver's seat, and I already had a passenger in the back. And on top of that, we actually had 2 suitcases in the back because we were going to return something. And I had a passenger in the back, and we had the child who was the eldest girl, and the mother in the back. I mean, I was willing to take them to hospital, but we would rather them be seen straight away. Sure. And I had to actually jump into the passenger seat. We already had a car seat. So it was
That's
really
right. So
hard.
it was very difficult,
and the
wasn't
fact that
it?
Seen it circling the car.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And the worst thing was, it wasn't interested in the adults.
No.
So it's almost like, sometimes you give a doll to the dogs to play with. It's almost like the dog thought these were dolls. Does that make sense?
Like a particular toy that they
like a sort of a toy doll, and because the adult, there's about 4 or 5 adults there. He wasn't interested in the adults. He kept on going for the 2 children. So when I thought, why the children? So even when Yasser was carrying them, he was trying to attack the child, not Yasser.
Him, trying to kick the dog, trying to get it away, but still had the girl. You could tell she absolutely looked lifeless. She really did.
Oh really?
She really did. She was just, I don't know, like phased, zoned out.
Yeah. No, really tough as well. So, and the other thing is, have you been in touch? Do you know who the sister is? How's the mother coping in all this?
I just know her from the nursery, that she's a parent who has children there. Like I said, the mother's mom has been in contact with me.
Yeah.
So the nan's been in contact with me. Apart from that, I've not heard nothing. I'm sure that they're just trying to get used to it and trying to see to the kids. I mean, it can wait. I'd rather know that they're okay and the mother's dealing with it than I'll probably bump into her in nursery sooner or later.
And what I would say is, if anyone knows a mother, if there's anything the community can do, Radio Aapki Awaaz can do, if you want some support from a sister, I'm sure Nighat will be there to sort of help you cope emotionally. I think that's what it is, the emotional, the psychological aspect. Then please let the mother know, let the media family know that the community is here to support and help them overcome this tragic incident as well. One of the things that I want to also touch on is, and please don't feel that you are obliged to answer this, but I want to talk about the article that Councillor Miriam published in the Birmingham Mail, where she said that all dog owners need to undergo some training about controlling the dog. If you've got a garden or some sort of a shed for your dog, make sure it's a certain height. Take your responsibility seriously. And a lot of people applauded her for it, but there was also a lot of backlash. People say, look, it's not the dogs that are dangerous or bad, it's the owners. Whether it's the owners, which I agree with, but the point is, it's the dog that's doing the damage. We need to sort of make sure all the precautions are in place as well. Do you want to comment on that, or do you want to sort of...
I've read upon it, but I've not really given it much thought. But I guess the owner and the dog, obviously the owner needs to be trained and needs to know so much.
Absolutely.
On how to control it if it was out of hand.
Yeah,
if you train it the right way, I guess they won't obviously pounce.
No, most definitely. We're coming to towards the near the end of the show. It's supposed to be just a quick half an hour. One is just to get an update on how the children were doing, and also get the word from the horse's mouth, so to speak, from the hero of the day, one of the heroes of the day, from Sister Nighat. So if you've got any questions, comments, please keep them pouring in whilst we conclude in about 5 minutes time as well. So the other thing that we also wanted to sort of touch on was, please, for those of you that are listening, leave it to the police, because I don't know whether you've heard, Nighat, there were a couple of those sort of vans right down St Saviour's Road, and people thought they were the owners of the dog, and they attacked the van, they broke the windows, and later on, as always, it was the wrong person. He had nothing to do with the dog. Yeah. So please, for those of you that are listening, leave it to the professionals, leave it to the police. We are not going to advocate or condone anyone taking the law and the matter into their own hands as well. Otherwise, the whole thing is going to escalate, and this is not the law of the jungle as well. So I think that's important to get that out there. We want the real culprits, of course, caught, and if they are found guilty, to be charged, but leave it to the professionals as well. So just to sort of sum up now, for you, a normal day, all of a sudden now, because of the heroic action that you managed to sort of come in, how has it been the last 8 days as well? Are people recognizing you? People sort of coming to you saying, well done, or are you sort of trying to sort of, stay behind the scene and say, look, anyone would have done that? What's your message to everyone?
I've had so much love and support on Facebook, especially from people that I've never ever met, and I mean, it's really nice, but I'm sure everyone would actually stand up and do it as well if they were put in that situation. My friends and family have really praised me, and I really appreciate that. It's just, I think what everyone needs to think about is, it's just a human instinct, like I keep mentioning. I'm sure everyone would stand up. I know you say I'm scared of a dog. I mean, I was scared of dogs. I still am scared of dogs, but at that point, you don't think about it. You just want to go and help whoever's been hurt, I guess.
Most definitely. And this is where, sometimes you don't realise how, as humans, the amount of strength that we have, and the right place, the right time, that gets unleashed in a positive way. And now, as a result of 3 heroes, Yasser, Nighat and Muhammad Zakaria, also known as Shabby, they came to the rescue of the mom and the 2 toddlers. And thank God, no life-threatening injuries were sustained. They came at the right time, and they managed to save the 2 children as well by putting them into kids, using the wheelie bins as well. And I think these are the positive stories that we want to share across Birmingham, that we have these heroes within that community. I'm going to read some few comments and just ask you to sort of see if you want to give your final thoughts, and we'll wrap up the show, if that's okay. The Proud of our community, Manaz, Ishu Gujars there. Will West Midlands please put her forward for an award from Chief Constable? Javed, that's a very good point. We are in touch with Inspector Wayne Carter. He's fully aware of the actions of the 3 heroes, and we are also trying to do a small little thing, buy some toys for the children as well. I think that will put a smile on their face as well. So that's something that Alum Rock Community Forum are leading on. Amiran Hamid, how are you, bro? Long time no see. I hope you're well. Definitely heroes, all of them. Well done, guys, for the whole team at Bearded Brothers. I'm sure you know who they are. Manaz Rauf, it will be a while for the children to recover psychologically, and the family, all in our thoughts as well. Absolutely. And I know a lot of attention is on Nighat and the 2 other co-heroes, but rightly so. I think a lot of attention also needs to make sure those 2 children have got everything that they need to overcome and make sure they recover fully from this awful incident. Ritzy Tobago, I totally agree, there should be something in place. Absolutely. Javed Akhtar, how did Councillor Miriam Khan jump the bandwagon? Where should be okay. Ritzy Tobago, she's very humble. Muhammad Ikhlaq MBE, how are you? Ikhlaq Saab. Muhammad Rashid, how are you? Some people have, and some some people have and some don't. Yeah, absolutely. So regardless of the situation, I think we should stick on to the positive stories about that particular incident. Leave the rest to the police and the authorities to investigate. I want to sort of really, from bottom of my heart, really just thank you, and Yasser and also Muhammad Zakaria for really intervening. The kids are in a good place. They're back at home now with their mother. It'll be a long time before they, recover emotionally, and we just need to be there for them. And I'm just going to give you the final words, if you can, really, if you want to just sort of think about that sort of duration of what happened, and hopefully what you want to wish for them moving forward.
Well, I wish the kids a full recovery, and if any of their family are listening, send them our love. I mean, everybody's love. I'm sure we're all praying for them, and I am here if the mother wants to reach out, and we can probably just speak, and I can ask you how they are doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you don't have her number, please contact Radio Aapki Awaaz, and we will facilitate the hero and the mother sort of contacting. And these sort of psychological counselling support network is so important.
Yeah.
So if we can sort of play our part, then fine. So just a couple more comments. We're just going to switch off now, guys. So it's your phone. Big up Salia. Big up Salia. Zindabad. My Nankia from Salia, by the way. Nothing from Council Idris. Big up Salia. Yep. Guys, on that note, hope you're well. That's the end of my double bill. Mr. Ikram Mirza is, he's past his bedtime as well. So
tell him about next week morning is going to be.
Oh yes, by the way, next week, for those of you who are asking, we have got Councillor Miriam Khan coming in, possibly through Zoom or the phone line. We will sort of sort that out over the next week, and she will also touch on the campaign that she's leading in terms of making sure that dog owners across Birmingham are fully trained, and that the area where the dog is kept is absolutely secure as well. And we will touch on not just that, but many other issues around her ward in Alum Rock as well. So she's kindly agreed to come on next week as well. So until next week, please look after yourselves, look after each other. The cases of COVID are coming down as well. So please continue to maintain social distancing, continue to adhere to the lockdown as well. God bless. Allah Hafiz. Look after yourselves and each other.